The Sun.
Lindenwood head coach Jed Stugart. The Lions played their very first OVC game, lost at nationally ranked UT Martin this past week. First home OVC game is this week. They're going to host the nationally ranked Southeast Missouri State Redhawks. There's a pattern there with the tough schedule. Saturday afternoon. So, Coach, just some thoughts on your team, and then we'll go to some questions.
Well, I mean, we got to get back on the horse here a little bit. Obviously, went in and faced a really good football team. Kind of knew we were facing a really good football team. I thought I think it was the first time, when we were playing a formidable opponent such as UT Martin. I could tell the way we started the game. I think our guys weren't afraid, but there's a lot of anxiety. You could kind of see a little bit of what to expect, and we just didn't handle the start of that game well. I just felt like we were a little bit passive. We were tight. We get down 14-0, and then we put a drive together and we go down and score. And, and all of a sudden we go down and score again, and we get a field goal. And next thing you know, it's 14-13. Our guys really felt like, we started settling down and felt like we could, that we can play with teams like this. So, and I think that's where our team is. I think the score probably, I don't really believe the score was really indicative of what the game was really like when you go back and watch the film. We don't feel like we're that far off, but we do know the things that we have to get better on. And as a coach, there's some patience we have to have there. I mean, you look across the field right now, there's some guys that we're playing. We're just not that size yet. We're just not that deep yet. There's some things that we have to kind of stay patient with here. But as coaches and players, we're all impatient. We want to win now. We want to compete now, and it doesn't mean we're going to not stop trying. But we have to help manage our kids through that a little bit. So, and even in the second half, I mean, we had a really bad. Everything went wrong in the third quarter, and that's where it got out of hand. And we tried doing a little pooch kick, and we started doing some things to try to keep our guys in it, and it didn't work. We give them short fields, they score, and that's kind of where the score starts to go. And in the fourth quarter too, we needed to get some other guys in the game and get some experience there as well. And so they hit us there in the fourth quarter on some too. So at the end of the day, I'm very optimistic where we're at. We got a heck of a team that's going to be very similar in so many ways coming in here. But I don't think we'll be as shocked to start the game as we were last week.
Thanks, Coach. Tom, do you have a question? I'll cue the Tom Davis, the SEMO beat writer.
What's up, Tom?
Yes, I do, Coach. Hey, Coach, I appreciate your time today.
Bet.
Over the last 6, 8, 9 months, how much have you and SEMO stepped on each other's toes or shown up to the same high school workout? And I mean, because obviously you're in the same league now, you're both in Missouri, you're going to go after the same talent level. How much have you seen them, and how much have they seen you out on the recruiting road?
Well, to be honest with you, I haven't just started in the last 6 to 8 months or so. We've been recruiting a lot of the same kids when we were Division II. I think them being a Division I team, obviously they've been able to, in St. Louis, been able to get kids, but we've had our share of battles or victories too. So we've been recruiting against each other for a long time. I always felt like, even though we're Division II, we had to try to recruit as many Division I type kids as we could at Lindenwood. And, you get a smaller percentage of those because a lot of kids want to play D1. But I don't know that I've seen that big of a difference. I mean, heck, we invited them here to our mega camp right here on our own property. So, yeah, I guess we stepped on each other's toes here at our mega camp. But that's but it's kind of just been the same old, same old. I mean, we're all, it's not just us, St. Louis is such a talent and rich area that there's schools.
Everybody goes there.
Yeah. So I don't know that big of a difference. We are all on the same, similar guys. And, there's offers out there that are from us and from them. And so I don't know that it's changed that much though.
Okay. Obviously their quarterback has played well this year in his first season at this level, first season at SEMO. He was at Central Methodist last year and played well. What from not that you're going to unveil your strategy or scheme, but when you see him, what do what's your impression of him early on?
You cut out just a little bit
Oh.
there, but I believe you said, just what's kind of the impression of him.
Yes.
We have, well, and I was a defensive coach coming up. So I tend to spend probably more time watching. I try to got to go over and watch the other side, but with teams, offenses, you always start at the quarterback, and you got to try to figure out kind of what makes him uncomfortable, what's he do well, and he does a lot of things well. I think consistency. I think consistent quarterbacks are the ones that obviously pose the most problems, and when they're pretty well rounded, which he is, that's has a lot to do with the success they're having. Is because I think number one, he's a very talented, very good quarterback, and he's very consistent. So those are kind of the things that I see, and through the week you just have to start to kind of look at things that it's not really unveiling strategy. It's everybody does that. You got to go try to figure out what someone's weaknesses are. They don't have a lot of weaknesses, so you got to play sound defense against a quarterback like that.
All right. Well, Coach, I've never been to Lindenwood before. I'm excited to come up there and see your facilities. I've heard a lot about the university, and I know everybody up there is excited to step up this year. So kudos to you guys. I look forward to watching you play.
Thanks, Tom. We're excited to have you, and we'll welcome you with open arms.
Make it a good game.
That's our plan, man.
All right. Thanks.
Coach, so it's a new rivalry in state, the game ball brawl, I think that we were calling it. What's it like to, you've had rivalries from your old conference, the start of rivalry with somebody who's not that far away from you, which geography should be a natural rivalry.
Yeah, geographically it kind of creates that, right off the bat, being two Missouri schools and as the close proximity, and they do recruit a lot out of St. Louis. I mean, it's just kind of naturally been built, will become, a rival game, which is exciting for college football. It's exciting for both teams. To be honest with you, to be kind of have this similar situation when I was, at the University of Sioux Falls, when we this is my third transition. I guess I've been created as a football coach to go through transitions, I guess. So, when we were going from NAIA to Division II, Augustana was 3 blocks away from us, and that was our rival. And we moved into Division II and had, went right into that fire too. And was able to get that first win against them. So, this one's a tougher challenge. We know that, because you're not facing a team that's, they've been established, they're doing well. But it's exciting. First of all, you have to play well, kind of go to what Tom said. You have to compete. You got to be in positions to win. Before things really became a rivalry, you got to make it a tough game, and you got to win a game. You got to do those things to make it a rivalry. So we know we got our work cut out for us. But but the one thing I like about our team, though, is I know they're not afraid of anybody. I mean, I didn't see fear in our kids' eyes last week. We just, and they won't have any fear in their eyes this week. But we know, we're not, we got to, when you're trying to play against caliber teams like that, and you may not have equal matchups in certain spots, you got to get creative and figure out ways to overcome some of those things. And our kids know it. We're not hiding anything from them. We've got a little physical size differential in some spots, skill differentials in some spots, but they have a lot of heart. They got a lot of fight, and that always gives you a good chance.
Anybody else have other questions for Coach? All right, Coach. Thanks for your time this morning. Best of luck on Saturday against SEMO, and we'll talk to you next week.
Thanks, guys. We'll talk to you later.